Only 2 days left for the 3-week chart to be closing, and a major indicator that we've been looking at on this channel is potentially about to fire off, which could be of particular interest. Anyways, welcome back to the Krown Crypto channel. It's a lovely Wednesday. I believe it's Wednesday at least, so happy hump day in your life, and it's time to get humped as we get prepared to dive deep into this one. But before we get into this one, I do want to once again let you know that there is still a sale going on for the 4th of July. That means Americans only involved in this one, and you can get 20% off of any one of the programs or products that we offer over here on the store. As always, I would humbly request that you do watch the promotional videos that accompany any one of these products, as they're going to explain who they're for or who they're not for. Also, a big shout out for the quant program, because this is the last week, or I guess after the sales end, which is going to be Monday, next Monday that is, obviously. It's going to no longer be available for purchase for a one-time deal. It's going to be actually combined with the skeleton key, the automation and strategy tester tool, and it is going to be a monthly service after that. So it'll be a little bit different right there. So just wanted to let you know about that. All right, sweet. Let's jump into it now. Starting off with the 3-week time frame, which is closing in 2 days and 15 hours for CME. And of course, that's very likely to massively impact spot price action, and it is going to have a chance to close above the mean band for the first time in quite some time, actually. In this case, I'm going to go back to spot price action over here because it does have more price action history, obviously. And we only have seen really one iteration where the 3-week time frame has really spent a lot of time below that mean band, and that would have to go all the way back on over here to the 2014-2015 saga, as you can see. Now, Bitcoin did chop around that mean band for quite some time, but you can see that once it did reclaim it and did have some emphatic closes above, especially an open and close above in this case, that is when it did go on for some pretty impressive rallies, not just to the top side of the band, but actually forcing its way up and outside of the top side of the band as well. And in this case, I would be looking at that as a damn good indication that Bitcoin, if it does close above the mean band, that we're going to see price action kind of drift sideways and up over the next couple months here, somewhere towards the top end of that band, which is actually coming in the low $40,000 territory. So still kind of aligning with some of the other major tools that we've been looking at, getting some more points of interest to the upside. I'd say the big ones for myself are going to be 36,000. That's just because that's the last CME Gap coming in from last year. Of course, that would be this May breakdown that we did see. At about $36,000. Do I think that things would generally stop there? Very likely a stop, but perhaps not the stop, if you will, as yes, I am still looking for a major pullback, probably to the tune of 25 or 30+% sometime later this year. But things probably do continue from there, assuming that Bitcoin does get the breakout, and the real points of interest are going to be around low $40,000 territory, as you can see. So that is a big thing to be aware of. Of course, again, CME closing tomorrow. Not tomorrow, on Friday, which is in 2 days from now, basically 2 more trading days that we do have. And I do expect that things are going to be more or less boring, to be quite frank with you, on the medium and short-term time frames. This is more or less a holiday week. Most people take this week off in traditional land. At least when I was there, most people just kind of wrote the whole damn week off, and of course, the first couple days were very, very lackluster, and I expect that today will be very lackluster as well. But if I did have to kind of reach into my bag of what the fuck, I would go to the 12-hour time frame right here, and there's a few things of interest, I suppose. If we do go ahead and put on our indicators, we do see 1, 2, 3 drives of bearish divergence come off these last few highs right here. I don't look at that as like a tremendously powerful one, but if Bitcoin does want to pull back a little bit further, closer to $30,000 or 30,300, that certainly would not be out of the question. Might even get a downside. Hey, stop that. We might even get a short-term downside jewel signal here as well if it starts to turn dark blue on that next period. Not supported by DMI, so don't look at this as like a tremendously powerful one, but maybe good enough to get things back down somewhere closer to $30,000 for Bitcoin there. Anyways, moving on now, we can go ahead and check out the HPDR ranges, which are on this chart right here. Very little's changed yet again. Still looking at about 31,300 to the upside on a 4-hour closing basis versus the downside at about actually just below 30,000 bucks. So this one's actually moved up quite significantly to about 29,900. If Bitcoin does start to close below there, at that point, I would look for a greater pullback first, maybe another $1,000 to the downside, somewhere between about 28,900 to 29,000 even in this case. Right now, Bitcoin right around the bouncing point of this current range, the average officially at about 30,700 or so. It's not really getting too much from this that we already haven't said. generally speaking, still want to see about 31,300 or so closed above, even on a medium term time frame. And at that point, probably looking at, another couple $1,000, or, somewhere closer to 33 after that point, somewhere between like 32.5 to 33,000. So fair enough. Does that happen in the more near term? I don't know. Again, I still think that Bitcoin's probably destined for some more sideways here as we do let a lot of these indicators and oscillators cool off a bit. Speaking of oscillators, we can go ahead and check out the stokehouse momentum, just kind of see where things kind of leveled at as of right now. Hourly time frame is going to be loading as usual. No, it's going to be actually positioned to the downside below 31,000, basically 31,000 bucks, which Bitcoin's trading almost 65 bucks above right now. So you can see that it's really fucking close. Not really helpful in this case. 4-hour time frame is going to be fresh down and going to be showing heavy downside momentum below 31,600, which CME is trading about 600 bucks below as of right now. 6-hour time frame is also going to be showing downside below 31,600. 12-hour time frame also showing downside below about 31,000 or so. Bitcoin actually trading a little bit above that pivot right now. Daily time frame getting a little bit more concerning here too, as it does start to it's still technically the upside, but will turn down below 30,700 again on CME, but in the critical zone here, and kind of spent a lot of time in this region as well. I expect that we're probably going to get something like this, where it comes down a little bit, levels off, and then if there's going to be another run, you'll see it bounce off of the critical zone. Something like that would kind of make sense, but still would imply that Bitcoin trades, sideways here a bit longer actually. So, kind of putting all the puzzle pieces together. Again, sideways above 30,000 bucks, especially good for Bitcoin Bulaws. I forgot to actually speak about the official number on the 3-week Gaussian channel over here. What essentially is it? It is it is on CME 30,375. On spot price action, it is 30,250. Also should denote that on the 3-week time frame for spot price action, there is a potential drive of phantom bullish divergence going on over here. Also would even be an inverted head and shoulders on the 3-week RSI with your left shoulder right there, double head Quasimodo motherfucker right there, and right shoulder right here. Again, Bitcoin closes, here higher end of week, then that will be confirmed. But for right now, it's all in the cards. Just want to see Bitcoin first on Friday close above about 30,300, and then the next few things to kind of fall into place when the when spot price action closes a couple days later for Sunday. So things are starting to again build on up here, but still suspect that we got some more waiting to do as far as this goes. And I think that's a good place for me to be leaving off on this particular video, a very, very short and hopefully sweet one. I understand it's a holiday week, so, people are probably doing family stuff, family shit, right? And fair enough. So hopefully this was of some value to your life. I'll be signing off on that note. Take care, much love, and see you hopefully Thursday.